What's up, everyone? Coach Martin here, and today's lesson is going to be throwing and catching. So the plan is we're going to go through a bunch of throwing and catching activities, and then towards the end of it, when you're an expert, we're going to have some fun and play a little game. So do a good job practicing so that we can really have our skills ready for this game. Now, this is a kind of boring place to practice throwing and catching, so let me show you a trick I learned, and we're going to travel around different places until we find one that we like. So let's see where we could go first here. It's hard to breathe underwater. Actually, you can't breathe underwater, so let's try this again. It's also hard to breathe in outer space, and this is kind of creepy and dark and scary, so let's try one more time. Oh man. Dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. So let's practice our throwing and catching back in the past, in the prehistoric era. Is that what it's called? The prehistoric era? Jurassic era? I'm not sure. We're going to have some fun with dinosaurs, and then the game at the end is going to be dinosaur related. So make sure you have your ball. I have a nice ball here by Gopher, but if you don't have one of these nice balls by Gopher, you can use a paper ball or any other type of ball to practice your throwing and catching. Coach B, what's first on the list? Tossing head high and catching. So we're going to be in a nice athletic stance, knees bent. Just toss it head high and catch it. Let's practice for 20 seconds. Ready and go.
1, 2, 3,
Using two hands. Athletic stance. Knees slightly bent. That way if I have to move, I'm ready. And stop. How many times did you drop it? If you dropped it, that's okay, but the goal is 0. Coach B, what's next on the list?
Toss a little bit higher.
Ooh, now we're going to toss a little bit higher. My ball's probably going to disappear out of the screen, but that's okay. We're not going to toss it all the way to the ceiling. We're going to toss it slightly above our head for 20 seconds. See how many times you can do it without dropping it. Ready, and go.
come on!
And stop. How many times did you drop it? All right, so we just tossed it slightly higher than head height. Now let's make it a little bit harder. Now we're going to toss, clap, catch. Okay, let's practice first for a few seconds. Toss, clap, catch. Toss, clap, catch. If you say it out like that in your head, it makes it a little bit easier. Toss, clap, catch. Now let's see how many times we can do this in 20 seconds. Keep count. On your mark, get set, go. And stop. I think I got 11. How many did you get? All right, next progression here. What we got, Coach B?
Jogging in place.
Oh, jogging in place while we toss and catch. So we're going to jog in place just like this. Now your teacher might let you jog around your space, but that all depends on where you're at. For today's lesson, we're going to jog in place like this. All right. Is my head still in the picture? All right. So now while we're jogging in place, let's just practice tossing and catching. You can clap if you want to get really fancy, or you can just toss and catch while you're jogging in place. Once again, I'm tossing head height or a little bit higher than head height. Spin around in circles, make it harder. Starting to disappear from dinosaur land. Stop. All right, what's next?
Hopping.
Ooh, hopping in place. You can use one foot if you want to be really fancy, or you can hop on 2 feet and practice tossing and catching while you hop in place. And you can switch feet if you're on 1 foot. You can hop around in circles. This is a good workouut too. I feel like I'm Getting a little sweat. All right, what's next?
Skipping.
Skipping in place. Skipping in place, it's a little bit tougher, but I feel like you guys have learned how to skip before, which makes this a lot easier. So skipping in place while we toss and catch. See how many times you can do it without dropping it. Up. I didn't do too bad. How many did you do without dropping it? What's next, Coach B? We one hand toss and catch. So now, take one hand, put it behind your back. Take your other hand with the ball, about head height, tossing and catching with one hand. Now, with one hand behind our back, we can't clap. But if we kind of put the other hand by our side, we can still toss, clap, catch with one hand. This is getting really fancy. Kindergartners, first graders, second graders, if you can do this, I'm really impressed. Second, third, and fourth, and fifth, I expect you to be able to do this. After some practice, of course. What we got next?
Switching hands.
Oh, switching hands. So now we're going to start in one hand. Is this tossing and catching? No, this is handing off. We're going to actually toss the ball from one hand to the other, about head height. I'm moving my body to keep my head on line with the ball. It makes it a lot easier, as opposed to just doing this. Move your body with it. Makes it a lot easier. Oh yeah. Keep going. And stop. What's next?
Toss, spin, catch.
Oh boy, now we're getting to like next level stuff here. Toss, try to spin in a circle and catch it. Now the ball is definitely going to disappear from the screen, but I'm going to do my best. So we're going to start this way. There's a good chance I'll drop this, but I'm going to do my best. And if I drop it, it's okay. We're going to pick it up and try again. So now we're going to toss it up, spin in a circle, and catch it. Toss, spin. I got it. All right. Let's try that one more time. You can try with me. All right. Let's go ahead and practice. Ready? Go. Oh, this is fun. I'm getting kind of dizzy. Keep going. See how many times you can do it in a row. If you can catch it, and if you can do this one, that's really good. But then see how many times you can do it in a row. That's 4 for me. I'll give you 10 more seconds. And stop. Let us know what you got. Coach B, what's next?
Sit down, toss, and stand up.
Now we're getting to like impossible. But that's okay. We challenge ourselves. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we got to be in a position sitting down to where we can quickly stand up. Figure that out for yourselves, however it may be. We're going to toss up and then try to stand up before we catch it. So I'm going to get in a nice position where it's easy for me to stand up. Ready? And toss, stand up, catch. You try. We're going to give you 20 seconds. I'll practice with you. If it's too hard, you can start on your knee like this, or you can start on one knee, and that's another way to try it. So from one knee, toss, stand up, catch. If it's easy from the knee, then sit on your bottom. This is really going to challenge you. Toss, stand up, catch. 5 more seconds. See if you can do it. And stop. If you got that one from sitting on your bottom, good job. What's next, Coach B?
Toss, bounce off your knee, and catch.
Toss, bounce off your knee, and catch. All right, so maybe instead of tossing, if we drop, bounce off the knee and catch. See if you can do this. Practice with me. It's hard. If you toss it up in the air, it's going to be a lot harder. So maybe if you think to yourself, drop, knee, catch. Okay, so drop, knee, catch. And get your knee started and get your knee ready. Instead of starting down here, start like this. Drop, knee, catch. 10 seconds. See how many times you can do it. I got it a few times. How many times did you get it? Let us know. Coach B, what's next?
Bounce off the head.
Bounce off my head? Who comes up with this stuff? So we're going to bounce off of our head and try to catch it. Here we go. I got a hat on. It's easier. Well, the hat's actually got my microphone in it, so I'm afraid I might mess this up. But try to bounce it off your head and catch it. 20 seconds. See how many times you can do it.
Come on.
Come on.
10 more seconds. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coach B, what's next?
Toss under leg.
Toss under your leg. So pick one leg up, toss under, and catch. Then you can try the other leg. See if you can do it. Tossing and catching. Working on hand-eye coordination. Then you can do one hand. If it's too easy doing it, catching with two hands, go under and catch with one hand. Next level stuff. Oh, almost dropped it. If you could do that with one hand, rock on. Coach B, what's next? Oh, so now it's time for our game. This is the fun game. So we're in dinosaur land here. I got some what's the dinosaur bird? Pterodactyl. Some pterodactyls are going to be flying in, and when the pterodactyl gets close to your ball, you've got to toss it up and get it out of the way. But that's not all. We got some baby raptors. If they run across the ground, we got to jump over the baby raptors to get out of the way. So throw the ball up to avoid the pterodactyls and jump to avoid the baby raptors. It's going to get harder as we go. Coach B, what's the time say on the, what we got there?
12:30.
All right, so on your mark, get set, go. Oh my gosh, there's so many pterodactyls. You survived. Great job, everyone. Fantastic. Thanks for practicing throwing and catching with me. Maybe we'll do another one of these activities with a different skill. Thanks again. Have a great day.